Hey, John, I wanted to ask you about some off the field stuff. I know that there's some pretty fun stories out there about him working out that you've shared with us, and even some shenanigans on the road. But there's a story I heard once in cartoon form that involved Teddy Long and Snow. Have you heard that story?
I heard it. I was there.
Oh, let's hear this.
Oh, I was there. Oh, yeah. I will tell you if I was there, if I wasn't. If I don't remember, I'll tell you I don't remember. I was there. Yes, 100%. I was a huge part of the story. So Ron and Teddy and I are up in Massachusetts, and we're driving to Boston around that Massachusetts Turnpike, and it's snowing like crazy. It's a freaking blizzard. We're driving 40, 50 miles an hour. We can't go very fast. No one's on the road. It is brutal. Weather's terrible. Me and Ron don't care. We got beer. We got a designated driver in Teddy, and we got music playing. So me and Ron are sitting there listening to the radio's up as loud as it'll go. Me and Ron are sitting there talking about football and life and drinking beer and all this stuff. And I said, Teddy, pull over. I got to pee. And Teddy goes, again? I said, Teddy, we're going 40 miles an hour. We're never going to get there anyway. Pull over. I got to go to the bathroom. He goes, we'll never get there. I said, Teddy, I'm going to pee in the car if you don't go. I said, Teddy, this is stupid for me to even have to argue with you that I got to go to the bathroom. It's just not, I mean, it's like Shawshank Redemption where, sir, I got to make water. I pull the fucking car over. So we pulled the car over. I get out. Ron gets out. I go to the bathroom. I get back in. Teddy drives off. And I'm sitting there looking at him. And Teddy he's had it with me and Ron at this point. He's had it. And he looks at me and goes, what? I said, Teddy, that's not funny. And he said, what's not funny? I said, leaving Ron on the side of the road. I said, it's cold out there. I said, what are you doing? That's not funny. And Teddy goes, man, Ron is. He goes, where's Ron? He goes, well, I said, he's on the side of the road, you idiot. I said, you left Ron Simmons on the side of the road. And he goes, oh, my God. Well, we're on the turnpike. It's a blizzard. You can't go up and turn around. We don't know how it can be. You try to back up in a blizzard. So we finally get back to Ron, and it's been a while. Ron is so mad. He's standing on the side of the road with his hand on his hip like he does, and Ron's sitting there, and he's got snow built up on his hair. He's got snow built up on his arm, and he's just standing there, and he is like a statue. He is not happy. Ron doesn't sell nothing. This is about as close as I've ever seen him to selling something. Teddy stops about 5 feet from him, and he goes, tell Ron I did not do this on purpose. I rolled down the window, snow's blowing in. I said, Teddy's been laughing about leaving you on the side of the road. He thinks it's funny.
No. Oh, no.
So Teddy's like, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. Would you please don't stir him up at all? So Ron gets in the car. He don't say nothing. And at one point I realized, I've gone a little too far. This could end up in a very violent way, which is not going to work well for the peanut head that's driving. So finally, I said, listen, guys, enough is enough. How about we just pull over and y'all fight and get it over with and we'll have it settled? Teddy goes, would you shut up? So we get to the hotel. Teddy's the cheapest son of a bitch on the planet. Teddy gets out. He'd never valeted a car in his life. He throws the keys to the valet and checks in before Ron can get to him.
Oh, God. So did it ever, was there ever any other words exchanged about it, or Ron just moved on and decided?
Ron moved on. When Teddy got out, I actually told Ron, I said, Ron, he didn't leave you on purpose. And Ron goes, yeah, I guess. He goes, but it was cold. And I said, not anyway.
You mentioned
we got stopped one time for driving while black in Kentucky. I mean, this was unbelievable. So we're driving in Kentucky, and Teddy would love Sundays because of blue laws down south. You couldn't buy beer.
Yep.
That never stopped me and Ron, because I'd go into the convenience store and I'd find some young lady or a young guy, and I'd walk up and I said, listen, I can't buy beer. I know it's illegal, but I can trade with you. So I'll put $50 on the counter. If you put beer right there, we'll trade. And every time they go, hell yeah. So I'd always get beer from these places. So we're driving along. It's about 1 or 2 in the morning, and we get stopped in Kentucky. We've done nothing wrong. We're in Louisville. We've done nothing wrong. We're not speeding, nothing. Cop literally, he profiled us and pulled us over. So Teddy, who grew up in the Bull Connor days of Alabama, is scared of this redneck cop, probably for justifiable reasons. And so this cop is trying to give Teddy a sobriety test, and Teddy's failing the sobriety test, even though he's had nothing to drink. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So Ron, I told you, had the NFL bench press record, and you got Teddy Long, who weighs 103 pounds. Ron's hitting Teddy in the back of the shoulder, and Ron's had a little drink, and he's knocking him all the way into the steering wheel. When he hits me, he's like, no, he goes, Long. Ask him what he wants. So Teddy's ignoring Ron because he doesn't want that guy to hear Ron. Well, guy can hear Ron, but he didn't know what Ron's saying. So Ron hits him again. He goes, Long. I said, ask him what the fuck he wants. Now Teddy's up against the steering wheel, and now the cop looks in. He doesn't know what Ron's saying, but he knows he's saying something. So he looks in. He goes, I believe I smell alcohol. And Ron goes, oh, now you're a fucking bloodhound. So now I'm thinking, we're going to jail.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there. I thought, I'm not letting Ron go to jail. So I sit there. I said, sir, I said, all this beer here, it's all mine. I said, I'm the only one drinking. I got some back there. The driver hasn't been drinking. I said, I'm the only one drinking. Ron's mad because I'm trying to take the fall for him. Ron rolls down the window and goes, nah, I'm drunk too. And the cop pulls his gun on Ron. He unholsters his gun. I go, Ron Reddick's going to shoot you. When he stopped, the guy goes, roll up your window. I guess the window protected the police officer or something. And so he gets Teddy out. He's failing the sobriety test. Teddy's doing all this stuff. He can't do none of it. And so I said, Ron, what are we going to do? Ron says, last week, large white and black male headed running in the woods. And I said, Ron, I'm too drunk to run. So finally, the cop realized that Teddy's had nothing to drink. He writes him like 2 or 3 tickets that were fake and phony as could be. And Teddy ends up driving us the wrong direction. And we get up, making it home about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh God, what a miserable day. What a miserable day. What about Road Dogg? You mentioned Road Dogg earlier as being somebody who loved to bust balls in the backstage area. Oh, could you do this any harder? Could you do blah, blah, blah? Did you ever have any fun memories with Ron and Road Dogg?
Me and Ron worked with him and Billy so many times. We had so much fun with those guys. I mean, we had a blast with those guys. Road Dogg loves to bitch and whine about, guys beating him up. Road Dogg's an old Marine. He's a tough guy. He'll fight you in a heartbeat. It's the old art. Murdoch was like that. A lot of guys in the South loved doing that. They loved Black Bart was like that, bitching about guys getting it. They didn't care. But when he would take the spine buster from Ron, Road Dogg would sell it like for 3 or 4 minutes, like he was a chalk outline on the mat. And he would just lay on the mat like this and wouldn't move. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
The Godfather is one of your great close personal friends. I know that you guys have had a lot of fun with him through the years, but I think there's a story about a fire alarm in The Godfather. What's the rest of that story?
Oh my goodness, we're up in northern New York. I don't know if it's Albany or further up, and fans used to pull fire alarms to get to see the guys. So they'd pull a fire alarm in the middle of the day, so all the wrestlers have to come out. They'd sit out there and they'd want to get autographs and stuff. So somebody's pulled a fire alarm, and the place isn't on fire. Something's wrong. But the fire department comes, and they got all this stuff. Godfather is in his room, and me and Ron are outside, and there's like 100 people out there because everybody had to be evacuated the hotel. Godfather is buck naked, and he's 300-something pounds, and he glues himself to the window. And so he's like stuck on this window. He's buck naked, and he glues him like he's glued to the window. He's pressed against it like this. And the chief of the fire department is sitting there and goes, hey, guys, can you go check on this? There's a large black. And he goes, nah, guys, don't go check on that. Just, leave that alone. That was it.